I don't handle my emotions.
So it's like it's almost.
That's a dumb question.
I'll give you a very interesting answer.
When I was 13, I was just beginning to experiment with what it really means to be a Christian, you know, not just going to church and stuff. And I cared mostly, though, at that time, still about boys and looking cute and fitting in. And nowadays, I still do care about those things sometimes, but it's so much more than that now that I've grown up a little bit and actually gotten to know who Jesus is and what really matters in life.
Before I knew Christ, and now, like the difference, I don't handle my emotions. Well, my emotions themselves don't change. It's how I handle them. Like I still, even now, even with Christ and the Holy Spirit in my life, I still have bad days. I still go through days when I'm depressed or sad or angry. That's not going to change. What changes is the way that I respond to it.
If I could go back in time and change things, I'd try to talk my 16-year-old self down and make sure that he didn't let religion ruin his life. I would tell him not to be so afraid of everything. I'd tell him not to be afraid of what people think. I'd tell him not to be afraid to be creative. I'd tell him not to be afraid of being who he wants to be and not who everyone else wants him to be.
Where I find the most joy is when I'm able to give to others. But if I know that they're in trouble or if they don't have a meal, that I'm able to step out and help them. That it's just some type of happiness that I just can't explain.
The most important thing about life for human beings is other human beings. So we are here, I think, to meet other people and connect with them and learn about each other and learn about ourselves through those connections and grow and evolve as people. And I think that anything that gets in the way of that is garbage, is unnecessary. I think it gets in the way of why we're here in the first place.
My purpose in life is to show the love of Christ to everyone that I meet. And it says in the Great Commission of the Bible to seek and save the lost. And so that's what I feel my purpose is here on earth. Because there's so many people out there that don't know Jesus, and I don't want them to have to go through this life not knowing what I have.
I really hope that I don't have to regret looking back at my life and seeing that there was a time when I had something or someone that was more important to me than God. We all have those days where we put something above Him, like if I do homework and don't read my Bible, or if I meet a new guy and I only think about him for like that whole week. But to be able to look at my life and see a whole time period where something was more than God is just such a waste. It's so sad to think about putting God on the back burner or on a shelf.
We do need God in order to be a Christian. In general, if I tried to do it on my own strength, I would probably turn to alcohol or weed or do whatever I was doing before I truly accepted Christ into my life. I can't do it without Him in me, because if I did, I wouldn't be able to live for Him if I didn't even have Him in the first place. Being a Christian is hard. Living life is easy.
I think that we as humans we definitely haven't perfected loving one another. I know for me it's something that I have to work on every single day, because we tend to be selfish. I tend to be selfish and just want to do what we want to do and get caught up in that mindset and just forget how important it is to be there for one another.
What that really just means is that we all mess up in life, and that there will always be things you regret. But what's important is to keep moving on and to not let that get you down.